So we're just going to review page 109 in the grammar book. You guys did this on your own this week because we didn't have class. We were doing those parent-teacher conferences, which was great, by the way. I really enjoyed talking to both of you and Josh's parents about your progress in class and how things are going. And so I like doing that. It's good to connect with everybody. So this is 109. You guys already did this. It's reviewing the who, which clause. I like the way they set this page up, though, so you can visually see non-essential and essential ways to use the who, which clause. And it's showing you if you take it out of the sentence, then the sentence would still make sense without it. That's a way to tell if it's essential or non-essential. So for this first example, obviously down here, they crossed out which normally shun people. It still makes sense to say wolves hunt in packs. That's the main message. That's the main clause. So when you're able to take it out, that means it's non-essential. It's not, you don't have to have it in order for it to make sense. Down here, this example, wolves which hunt humans must be killed. If you take out which hunt humans, wolves must be killed, it still makes sense as a sentence, like a grammatical sentence, but it doesn't make sense as far as, well, why? Why must they be killed? The part that's important or essential is now crossed out, because obviously they must be killed because they hunt humans. That is why. So when it's essential like this, you don't need commas. It's kind of an easy way to remember to be able to take it out. If it's non-essential, have commas around it so you can actually remove it or put it back. But if it's essential like here, no commas, basically. So I just wanted to go over that really quick with you. Did you have any questions, Michaela, on this page or anything about who, which clause? Nope. Okay. So then the lesson for today is actually on page 115. 115. So I'm just going to message Josh and make sure he knows we have class today. Maybe he's not sure about that. Just message him real quick. Okay. Hold on just a second. Okay. Talking about conjunctions, that's the fanboys acronym, and you guys both are pretty good at identifying those. Those are pretty easy. There are some comma rules to remember for that. So here we have fanboys. It connects the same type of words, phrases, or clauses. So for example, here, use a comma if you list three things, A, B, and C, or if you have a main clause, CC, and main clause. I remember doing that recently in one of the other pages. And then here, if you're just listing two items, A and B, no comma, and then if it's MC, CC, and just a second verb without the subject, then you don't need a comma for that one. Okay, we went over those pretty recently. And then there's another rule here with the acronym www.asia.b. That's the adverb clause. So if you have the adverb clause first, you need a comma. If you have the adverb clause after the main clause, no comma. That's the comma rule here. Here are the www words in the margin. This would be a good page to put a post-it note to refer back to. We already know when, while, where, as, since, if, although, because. There are a few more that are not part of www.asia. After, before, until, unless, whenever, whereas, and than. So I recommend getting a Post-it note and putting www.asia adverb clause on this page. It'll help you too with your writing later when you're looking for an Asia word to put in your writing. But this is a good list right here in the margin to refer back to. And then down below here, it's got all these blanks on here, and we can just do this verbally. You don't have to write them in, but let's just read the sentence, and they're giving you a clue here. What's missing is a CC word. That would be one of the fanboys words. And then you just pick a word to put in that sentence. So whenever you're ready, go ahead and just read that and think of a CC word that would work in that sentence.
The cubs chatted and grumbled about Mowgli's place in the pack.
Yep, that's good. It's a good one.
He will die in the winter rains if he stays.
Yep, good.
We are protected by our fur. Mowgli has no fur.
Yeah, what was the first word you said?
So I just need to find something.
Yeah. I only see one that kind of works right there. Oh, no, there's two. Are you looking at this little list over here?
Yeah.
See one yet, or?
Could we use since?
That one doesn't really work. I'm thinking like while we are protected by our fur, Mowgli has no fur, or although we are protected by our fur, Mowgli has no fur.
Yeah, while would work.
Yeah, okay. Try the next one.
He will freeze in the winter and scorch under the summer sun.
Yes, that'll work.
So it's basically almost always and.
Well, I think but would work there too. He will freeze in the winter, but scorch under the summer sun. So it's not necessarily always and. Because it's comparing two different seasons, so it might work better to say but there actually.
And then he is weak, but we should not fear him.
Yes. But let's see. He is weak, but we should not, let's see. He's weak, so that's why we should fear him. So maybe he's weak, so we should not fear him. That probably would work a little bit better.
Okay. Let him run with us. Since he's harmless.
Yep, since would work, or because, either one of those.
Let us find. No, wait. Let him run with us. For he can't harm us. Or so he can't harm us.
Yeah, did you say for at first?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that might work. Yeah, or so. Yep.
Mowgli will run with us. We'll get the bull. So no one will get hurt.
Yes, I think that would work good there too. Good, okay. Go to the practice page. This is page 117. You can read that whenever you're ready.
Cowards, are you ruled by a tiger? Must you obey this clumsy, overgrown cat who is no better than a bully you could show of courage and kindness?
Kind of awkward. There's some stuff that we need to definitely fix there, but clumsy, that's pretty easy. Tripping, not able to do something well, that would be clumsy. Oh, did we skip a page? Did we just totally?
No, it was just blank.
Oh, okay. Weird, because I have. Oh, hold on. Hold on, I'm on the wrong page here. There we go. Okay, so clumsy is like awkward in movement or action, basically. So check there. All right, I guess we'll just go down the list. Unless we get stuck on something, we can skip it and come back to it. But what about the coordinating conjunction?
And right in between courage and
Yep,
kindness.
good. Prepositional phrases,
By a tiger
good.
and of shown courage.
No, that one is actually a mistake there. It's a usage error, so it should be could have shown.
Oh, okay.
Normally of is a preposition, but in that one, it's actually than. We don't see that one very often, but than a bully is actually the other prepositional phrase there. And then is it easier for you to find main clauses first or after the other stuff?
After the others.
Okay. So who, which, or subject verb, which one you want to do next?
Who which?
Okay,
Who is no better than a bully?
good. WW. Okay, that's that. And then you want to do verbs and subjects.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is cowards a subject?
So cowards is who they're addressing. So
So the tiger.
it's actually the subject is you. Remember, it's like that noun of direct address. Remember that weird one? They actually have you in here, but because he's actually speaking this part, this is actually a quote. Yeah. So you is the subject here.
And then ruled is the
Yeah.
verb.
Yeah.
Um,
It's hard to find these because it's chopped. It's like there's no punctuation yet. So I don't know if it's easier to find that first.
yeah, probably is. And then you again, the
You
subject,
again is the subject. Yeah.
and then obey,
Yeah.
and then you at the bottom.
You at the bottom again. Yes.
And then is it shown or courage?
Shown.
Shown, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's shown. But there's some helping verbs in here that you haven't talked about yet. Like are is actually a helping verb. Are you ruled by a tiger? And then that word must is also a helping verb.
Then there's one more, right?
Yeah, so in the who which clause, there's a subject. Remember when that is?
So who, and then better.
Who is the subject, and then it's actually is.
Um,
That's the verb. But then we've got helping verbs here too, could have shown.
mhm.
So those are all could have shown. And let's see, anything else? That's it as far as subject verbs. So you got all of them now.
And
So
then for
this
main
whole thing,
clauses.
This whole thing is a quote. I'll just say that. So, and then what did you just say?
It's for the main clauses next.
Yeah.
Are you ruled by a tiger? Is the
Yeah.
question.
Are you ruled by a tiger? Let's go ahead and put punctuation there. So what do we need after tiger?
Comma.
It's actually at the end of the sentence. So it's a
Mhm.
question, a question mark there. But that is the first clause. Are you ruled by a tiger? And then what's the next clause, main clause?
Obey this clumsy, overgrown cat.
Yes. It's actually starts with must, actually.
Oh.
Must you obey this clumsy, overgrown cat? And you would think the question mark goes there, but it has a who clause with it. And this one is non-essential, so you do need a comma here between cat and who.
Okay.
Yeah, this is tricky. This is tricky. So must you obey the clumsy, overgrown cat who is no better than a bully? That's the end of that sentence. So what do we need there?
You
As far as like an end
pause.
mark.
Oh, a period. Period at the end of bully.
It's actually a question because it says, must you obey? So must you obey this clumsy, overgrown cat who is no better than you or no better than a bully? Yeah, so question mark there.
And then main
Yeah.
clause from you to the end.
Yep, from you to the end. You could have shown courage and kindness. And this is actually an exclamation mark is what they're recommending here, because it's showing strong emotion. And then the quotation mark goes on the outside of the exclamation mark. Let's see. What else do we need here? I think that was it. You're right for the main clauses. And then where do the capitals go?
Cowards.
Yep.
Must.
Yes.
And you.
Yes. Commas.
We already put one
Yeah.
after cat.
Yeah. Courage and kindness. Listing two things here.
Take away the comma.
Yeah, take that one out.
Um,
Oh, this is a tricky one. Remember that Dosiscomp thing where you have a list of qualities when you list adjectives about something? So it actually goes here, this clumsy, overgrown cat,
um,
because it doesn't say clumsy and overgrown. It's just listing like that. So that's a tricky one though.
then there's one more.
Yeah. It has to do with the noun of direct address. Remember when they're addressing someone?
Um, after you.
Actually, it's actually after cowards.
Um,
So he's basically saying, cowards, are you ruled by? So you kind of pause right there for a second, but
and then
so
we get rid of that apostrophe.
yes, get rid of that. This is supposed to be plural. So you got your commas, apostrophe, you got usage. I think we got all the end marks, and then we got the quotation. I think we're done now. So good job. Okay, like I said earlier with your mom, make sure to just show me where you're struggling with a different color marker on your homework so I can kind of see where you're at with that.
Okay.
Okay, so it's kind of a bummer that Josh wasn't able to come because this is we're entering into like a part of the binder where it's really detailed. I saw your homework. I thought you did a great job labeling those paragraphs and making a list of possible topics. Those looked good. The way you worded them is so different than Josh, so this might be a little tricky to work through, but I have yours. I just decided to print it. So I can look at that with you.
And then I just highlighted the one that I used for this week.
Okay, good. Did you already start your keyword outline?
Yeah, it's already done. I just forgot to turn that into.
Awesome. Okay. So yeah, you started with young life, which is a great place to start. I think that's a good topic when you're talking about a person. That just kind of logical to start there, like a little bit about their background and stuff. So on your actual articles that you read, did you label the information in the margin of your articles?
Yes.
Oh, good. Okay. So when you built your keyword outline, you were able to find that information pretty quickly.
Yep.
Yay. Okay. So tell me, did you take a picture of it yet, or you haven't even really done that yet?
No, I haven't taken a picture of it yet.
Okay. It would help if I could see it with you. I wonder, could you do that real quick while we're on Zoom?
Um,
Or do you know how to do it?
mm,
Let me see if I can.
I'll find it first.
Okay. Yeah, because I kind of want to look at it with you. That would help for today.
Here it is. I just did it on a smaller piece of paper because I didn't want to deal with the gigantic one, and I just
Okay,
started the 4 sections.
that's fine with
I
me.
didn't know how to make the giant piece of paper into the 4 sections.
Yeah,
So I
okay.
just like made the lines on a regular piece. But I only did like A and like half of B. I didn't finish C and D yet.
Well, maybe if you could still share it with me, maybe we could do that together in class. I can help you finish that.
Not sure how to like. I can't like show it like that.
Yeah, when you upload it, do you use your phone to take a picture and then upload it?
Yeah, and I don't have my phone with me, so I'd have to find my mom. I don't know where she is.
Oh, shoot. Okay. What can we do? Well, I guess. Let's see. How can we do this? Because I want to help you finish that. So what if this might take a minute, but I think it would be good to go over it together. So what if I'm going to turn my paper this way. What if you just tell me what you have and I'll build it here with you telling me, and then we can talk about what else we can do. So you've probably got like A here. I turned my paper to the side, by the way. That's another thing you can do next time if you don't want to use the big one. And then you kind of have more space this direction.
Yeah, that's what I did. I turned it to the side.
Oh, perfect. Okay, cool. So we've got 1 through 5. So as far as A, how did you put what is your topic next to Roman numeral 1?
It's NT youth contributed career.
Okay, what was after youth?
Youth and then contributed
Contributed.
career.
Okay. I'm gonna have to really try to squeeze this in here. Okay, what about for number 1 underneath that?
It was several
Okay,
family, and I just put an M for members,
okay,
inventors,
okay.
and I put MG and then G with a hyphen and then another G for great grandfather.
Okay, let's see. And you got that. I see. Nikola Tesla felt that experiences during his youth and the influence of his family contributed to his career. His mother, grandfather, and great-grandfather were inventors. Okay. So M and then GG, you said?
Mhm.
Okay. And then what about number 2?
And admired mother work.
Okay. 3.
Lived remote place.
Okay.
And
4.
one brother, 3 sisters. I just said just the numbers.
Okay. 1 brother and then 3 sisters.
Yes.
Okay.
And then for 5, attended school, studied, and then I put M for math, P for physics, and M for mechanics.
What school did he attend? Did they talk about that in the first?
I think so.
Oh, University of Prague, I guess. Is that how you say that? I think that's how you say it. Budapest, Hungary. Hungary. Oh, that's where he moved. Okay. It might be good to mention that university, but maybe you found it in a different article, but that is good. I like what you have here. What was his mother's work? Do you remember that part that he admired?
I think it was just like mm, didn't she just like build stuff?
Oh yeah, she constructed clever devices like a mechanical egg beater. That's so cool. That's so interesting, and this guy was alive in the late or mid 1800s.
Mm,
Brilliant people. I mean, gosh, it sounds like even his mother is just like, how can I beat these eggs faster? I love that with inventors, they just naturally try to make things better and it kind of comes easier to them. So that's pretty cool. And who would have thought? I mean, now he just has this car named after him and it's like super famous and a lot of people have them. And um, who would have thought? I wonder if he saw that, if he visualized that at a young age, that he would invent an electric guitar or not guitar, electric car or something, that would move without gas. Pretty crazy to think about. He was pretty much all about electricity though, huh?
mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so Article B then, and did you have the same thing here?
Yeah,
NT,
the same
okay,
thing.
good. That's what you're supposed to do. So NT youth contributed career. And then what did you have for 1?
I had born and then D for during,
Okay,
then electrical storm.
okay, cool.
And then that's all I had for B.
Okay. Youth contributed. Oops, I did not do this well. I'm gonna move this over. This is C. Did you have anything for C?
No, or D.
or D? Okay, so that's what we can work on now. Okay, so looking at B, let's look at that one, Tesla's plans. And early life, I think you labeled as the second paragraph on that page 121.
Yes.
Okay, good. So I'll just read that really quick and you can just take a minute to underline while I'm reading anything that you think would be interesting to put in your outline. So Tesla was destined to help people of our world benefit from electricity, born in 1856 during an electrical storm. You got that. In what is now Croatia. Tesla's interest in electricity grew when he received little shocks of crackling static while stroking his pet cat, Macaque. So I just imagine him as this young person, just like, wow, why is this? Do you guys have a cat at home?
Yeah.
Has that ever happened to you where it's like little
Mm-hmm.
static? Yeah, static electricity. It's interesting because sometimes when you pet them, and it happens with our dogs sometimes, the hair just like sticks to your hand. It's like static and you can't even like get it off. You have to like literally go wash your hand to get the hair off. It just completely sticks. So he's going, wait a second, what's happening here?
Mm-hmm.
His boyhood love of invention led Tesla to study engineering at Graz Polytechnic School, now in Austria, and the University of Prague, I believe that's how you say that, now in the Czech Republic. Graz professor Hoschel, maybe, recorded Nicola's ability at mathematics is phenomenal. He figures the answers out mentally and hardly ever writes the problem down. That word biography in quotes there is a reference to where they found that information. So Tesla wrote in his autobiography that in Graz, after he witnessed a motor running on direct current, DC electricity, he envisioned an AC induction motor. After his father died, Tesla left college without a degree. His career began in Budapest, Hungary, where he worked as an electrician for a telegraph company. Interesting stuff. Okay, so you've got that he was born in an electrical storm. That was pretty interesting. Should we say something about his cat? Because that was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, what
Um,
should we put there?
I could just write like electric electricity interest. I don't know. There are too many words in there.
That's a big one. Um, maybe words like static, stroking cat.
Yeah, that would work.
Okay. And you could probably remember that he was interested in that, like what that there was some kind of electricity happening right there. Maybe since you didn't mention the schools over here, we could mention him here. He went to yeah, that's a lot too to try to squeeze in one spot. Let me see if they make a suggestion here. No, okay. Well, I mean, we have a couple spots. We could mention the schools and then maybe let's talk about the University of Prague, I believe, and then how he was able to figure out math mentally without even having to write it down. And because that connects to that university, that professor. What do you think of that?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, so I think we should put University Prague, Prague, AGUE. And then Czech Republic. Let's just leave that, University of Prague. And then I think here, professor on this is number 4, Professor Math Mentally. What do you think of that?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. And then there's a little more information about DC electricity. But 5 is optional, so I don't know. What do you think? Should we write a little bit more there? Or are you good with just those 4?
Those 4 are good.
Those 4 are good. Okay. That works for me. And then C, what paragraph on C did you find his early life and youth?
Page 125 is where I have it.
125, okay. That first paragraph?
I think like mm, yeah, the first paragraph.
I mean, it does talk about when he was born, like his years.
Yeah, because first I put accomplishments and then early life. So I don't think it matters in which order though.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I'm not sure that talks very much about his early life. I'm wondering if, let's see. His vision, for example, after considering ideas.
It kind of talks more about his early-ish life in the second paragraph, maybe. But oh, here in the fourth paragraph, just about like where he was born, and that
Yeah,
his
I
father.
saw that. Yeah, I saw that, but you're right. The second paragraph does mention, where did I see that? And when he wrote in his autobiography that even when he was a child, his mechanisms began as inspirations he's received in visions. Yeah, so but I agree on that fourth paragraph where it talks about Nikola Tesla was born in 1856. I think that more addresses his early life right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I don't think you've mentioned when he was born yet. So how about we start there, born 1856, and then Smiljan, Croatia, born 1856. Smiljan, Croatia. And then I'll go ahead and read and you can kind of pick out some stuff here. So, and go ahead and write on your outline too as you see stuff you want to add. So
Okay.
his father was a priest in the Serbian Orthodox Church. His mother managed the family's farm. In 1863, Tesla's brother was killed in a riding accident. His death grieved Nikola and his parents very much. Tesla studied math and physics at the Technical University in Graz, Austria, and attended the University of Prague. In 1882, while on a walk, he came up with the idea for an AC induction motor, making the first sketches of it in the sand of a path. Later that year, he moved to Paris and got a job repairing direct current power equipment, DC power equipment, for the Continental Edison Company. 2 years later, he immigrated to the United States. Interesting. Okay. Okay, so what are you working on there? What do you think we should add?
We could do like father, priest, Orthodox.
Yeah, I like that. Okay.
And then brother killed accident.
Yeah, a riding accident. I'm gonna guess it's riding a horse.
Yeah.
Um, but really all they say about that is that he died and they grieved, but it doesn't go into like, it didn't really, I don't know. I
So
guess,
this will maybe grieved brother's death.
yeah, we could put the year 1863
Mhm.
grieved brother's death. I think it's kind of cool how he, gosh, I just can't imagine because I'm not this smart by a long shot. But where he's thinking and he's got these things in his head and these visions and stuff, and he just like stops and squats down on the sand there and starts sketching out something. That's pretty cool. It's like he was so brilliant, pretty cool. But I think that somehow we got to put that in there. I think that's pretty, I don't understand electricity very much, AC and DC and all of that, but I know that it's huge, it's part of it's what we use now in our homes and everything. So what can we say about that part where I think the year would be good, 1882. Idea, maybe. We might have to use 2 lines for that since we have 2 left.
For the idea and saying.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, that would work.
Okay. So what do you want to put first on number 4?
Um, like I guess 1882
Yeah.
walk idea.
Yeah.
And then we could write AC because that's like for short, and then
Yeah.
IM
I
for
wonder if we could leave walk out and just put like 1882 idea AC induction motor.
that would work.
Okay. And then first sketch is sand. So
Yeah, that'll,
if you use that, you'd have to move those two together. You know what I mean? So it makes sense. Were you gonna say something?
nope, that's good.
Okay. First sketches, sand. Okay, it's really crammed in there, but hopefully you can read your own notes.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
I always can never read my own writing.
Yeah. I'm gonna make this fused outline right here. I think we had 7 on that one. Let's see. Or you got 6, okay. So obviously you've got a lot to choose from up here.
Yeah. Do I even need to do D?
Yeah, because it's in there, but we can just stick to maybe 3 things from D.
Okay.
But let's just look really quick on D. Page 129 is where I see his early life. Second paragraph, is that what you have too? Some of the first paragraph too, actually, looks like.
Yeah, I wrote it in the middle of both of them.
Okay, so for both, okay. Uh, let's see. So we already have when he was born, Croatia, he became US citizen. Oh, that might be important to put. He became US citizen when he was 35.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
So,
so
like, you just write US
yeah, you
35,
might
citizen 35.
US citizen, or we could say became US citizen and then 35.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. US citizen, age 35, since we have another word we can use. Let's see, when the midwife remarked that he would be a child of the storm, his mother replied that no, he would be a child of light. That's kind of cool. During his lifetime into the present day, Tesla is recognized as scientific genius. However, he was ahead of his time. Tesla's ideas did pave the way for devices that came into use years after he worked on concepts. Possessing a brilliant mind, he was eccentric and therefore often misunderstood. Nikola Tesla obtained over 300 registered patents. He is best known for improving, so that we can add later. Um,
And then in the second paragraph, it talks about his childhood.
yeah. We already know about his brother, his 3 sisters. His favorite things were books. He loved to read Mark Twain's novels. And then it's going into the university. Um, well, I see a couple of things. Do you see a couple of things you might want to add?
Maybe just like what he studied.
Yeah, did we mention that before?
Just in A, but these ones are different.
Okay, yeah, let's mention that. I kind of like that his mother said because of that storm that happened when he was born that he was a child of light.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of cool. I don't know if you want to add that, but
Yeah, that could be good.
okay. So like, what can we say? Like mother, and then maybe his initials NT child light,
Yeah, that'll work.
and then maybe what he studied. NT child light. So you're thinking of like stuff he studied in his younger years of schooling?
Yeah, like the German, math, and religion.
Yeah, okay. Um,
You could just write S for studied and then write all of them.
maybe yeah, but we don't want to confuse that with a university because this was earlier. So what can we say? Like
Mhm.
his um
Mm.
hmm,
It's like young.
okay. Young, maybe ST for studied, young studied.
Mhm. And we could always just use like studied young, German, math, and then R for the religion.
Yeah, I like that. If you can remember that, you might have to look back, but okay, I think that's good. You've got your main outlines on top here. So what I recommend at this point then is to just you only need 6 and you have like maybe 20 or more options up here. So obviously your Roman numeral 1 is just going to be the same, NT youth. I don't know if contributed career really makes sense yet because we're really talking about his early life. I mean, his
Well, should I just put something else? Because I just did that because I forgot that we were supposed to just like write what we were talking about. And so I
yeah.
wrote just like something that was in there.
I mean, later it contributed his career, but I don't know if that would be a good topic sentence, like maybe like youth and background or something like that. You could
Yeah,
say
that'll
background.
work.
Okay. Or you could use word upbringing. I mean, you don't have to use these exact words when you start your paragraph. So I would think of a way to introduce him.
Mhm.
And then how about we just kind of circle the ones that you really like off the top of your head, and they could be in random order. Like, what is something that stood out to you that you thought was interesting you want to make sure to put in there?
Um, that he admired his mother's work.
Yeah. Okay. So I would just circle that's number 2 under A.
And then born during the electrical storm.
I was looking at that one too. I like that. I see that under 1 under B. Is that what you have?
Mm-hmm. And then
Maybe the year he was born and where he's born.
mm-hmm.
Okay,
that,
that's C. Yeah, number 1.
and then maybe his brother's death.
About his brother dying.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I think that was tragic, but it didn't really like motivate him to do anything. It was just sad. You know what I
Uh,
mean? So
yeah, that
maybe,
makes sense. Maybe like the idea of the motor in the sand. So we'll
yes, I think
circle
that's
both of
cool.
those.
Both of those. Okay, so that's 4. 1, 2, 3. Actually, technically 5.
And one more. Um, I guess like when he was young, when he studied all those subjects.
Yeah, either that. Yeah.
Or we could do number 5 on A, attended schools and studied.
Okay, that would be good to lead into the next part. I think that's a good idea, number 5 here.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know. If I were you, I would try to squeeze in somewhere about the cat because it's cute and it's also like he showing that he was always thinking about
Mm-hmm. I'll
electricity.
circle that one too and decide later which one I want to get rid of.
Yeah. Okay, so from here, you would just organize in order, a logical order. So obviously, when he was born, so probably C1 would go first here.
Mm-hmm.
And then that he was born during electrical storm, that would go for number 2. Pretty logical on the order of how to put this in your fused outline.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, so what you're going to do then this week is finish this fused outline and go ahead and write that first paragraph using your outline. Let's look at the checklist really quick. Because we've added more openers now. So this is getting a lot longer. I know, I'm sorry, but it's just going to keep growing. So might as well embrace it. We still have the 6. Those will stay at 6. We're not going to add any more of the dress up. So those will always be the 6. But this is where now we're adding more sentence openers. You have the prepositional, which begins with a prepositional phrase. You can use your list in your grammar book to help you with that. And then starting with an ly adverb. That's another opener. And then now we have a VSS. You
I never
remember?
really understood that one. So
Okay.
what exactly is it?
So the VSS stands for very short sentence.
Yeah,
And
so it was like what, like less than 4?
yeah, let me double check here. So I make sure to tell you right. 2 to 5. You
Okay.
can write that here on your outline to help you remember, or your checklist, put 2 to 5 words. And it does have to have a subject and a verb. So it has to be a complete sentence. It's just very, very short. Like, what's a good example? 3 to 5. Let's see. Tesla loved electricity. 3 words, right? Has a subject Tesla and loved is his verb, the verb. Or what's another example? One of the ones you picked here. Tesla admired his mother. That's 4 words. Tesla admired his mother.
Mm-hmm.
So anywhere, it's really not that hard, but you have to just make sure it's complete. That's probably the biggest challenge about it. So for instance, here, he admired his mother's work. So you could say that whole sentence, but know that I know you have 1 through 6 here, but that doesn't mean you can only have 7 sentences total. If you need to add more sentences to make it complete, to make it make sense, you can. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, good. So hopefully, how about the VSS? Does that make a little more sense now too?
Yes.
Good. And then you've got your banned words, but I don't think you're going to have a problem with that. You might be tempted to use thought because there's a lot of, there's a lot of times where he's thinking about stuff. So try
Yeah.
to use pondered or wondered or things like that. And then don't forget your topic clinchers. That's still on here too at the top. So this, you're going to work on this paragraph, but I also want you to work on the next topic. So if this is too crowded for you, like for me, this was a little stressful because there really wasn't enough room. You can use the big sheet, but if you're okay using this and squeezing it in, I'm okay with that. Okay. So it's up to you.
And I
But
can do like a little less on D because there's already so much. If
you can
there's
do
more
a
than
little less on D or a little less on one of the other ones.
Mhm.
Really, 4 and 5 are optional. So you have to have at least 3. Let me double check that, but that's what I saw in my book here. So 4 and 5 are optional. But some of the articles are like, wow, that's really cool. I want to put that in, but you have to have 3 on each. And then if you need a little extra on some of the others, but I do want you to look at D if it's there. if the topic you choose is not addressed in D, then you don't have to use D, or if it's not addressed in B or whatever, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
But you'll have to look at this that you made to look at your second topic to figure out, okay, which one of these other ones do I see a pattern in? It might only be in 3 articles, so then you don't have to worry about the 4th one.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, so write this, finish this, write the paragraph, and then go ahead and do the next outline for the next topic for next week.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay, Michaela, have a good one.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.